Hello! What does the Alamo, San Antonio, the mountains of Arkansas, and the downtown streets of Dallas all have in common? Me. My name is Kylie Parrish. I was born in College Station, but by the 4th grade, my family and I found ourselves living in San Antonio. This is where I stayed until I graduated high school. San Antonio is home of the Alamo, the Riverwalk, SeaWorld, Fiesta, Texas, and so much more, and so it was a blast getting to grow up there. But at the time, my dad lived in Arkansas, and so weekends and holidays, I would fly out to see him in the mountains of Arkansas, which was located in a little town called Center Ridge, Arkansas. It was really weird going from the hot summers of Texas to the snowy winters of Arkansas. When I graduated high school in 2016, I moved to downtown Dallas to go to school. I've loved getting to know the diversity and the cool hangout spots in Dallas, and it has been a blast, but on special occasions and holidays, you will still see me down in San Antonio or up in the mountains. Now that you have known a little bit about me geography-wise, let me share a little bit about myself let me let you get to know me using 4 different objects. So the first object I will show you shows you a little bit about myself, how I think other people perceive me or how I perceive myself. This is a Criswell College pennant. This symbolizes my love for the Lord, because Criswell College is a downtown Dallas Bible college, and so I came to Criswell to get to know the Lord better and to get to know how to share the gospel with those around me better. Another thing that Criswell symbolizes for me is that I want to be a counselor when I grow up, because that is the degree that I am seeking. And so I love people and I want to help people, and so that is what I'm doing at Criswell. Criswell also symbolizes that I am a student and that I live a crazy student's lifestyle with late night studying and lots of last minute preparations, but papers and writing and studying and test taking, and so semesters are how I live my year by. And so this is my first object. We will now move on to my second object, which will show you something about myself that is hidden. My second object is a plane, which symbolizes that I do not like to fly. This is because growing up, my dad lived in Arkansas while my mom lived in San Antonio, and so I would constantly be flying back and forth, weekends, holidays, summers, you name it. I am very familiar with long lines, delayed flights, layovers, unpacking, repacking, lost luggage, all of the things that come with flying. I am quite familiar with them, and so now, today, I would rather take a 5-hour road trip than fly for an hour because of how much I did it while I was growing up. Now that we're done with our second object, we'll move on to our third object, which symbolizes something that people say about me that I might disagree with. My third object is a cooking pan and a cooking utensil. This is because growing up, my family always loved to cook, and they would constantly be in the house cooking, and I would be with them cooking as well, and so people just assumed that I also loved to cook as much as my family did. But this is not true. I would much rather be eating or just hanging out, having fun with the family while they're cooking. But today, people assume that I love to cook, and they constantly ask me when I would rather not be doing that. And so that is the object that I disagree with. Now we'll move on to our fourth object, which symbolizes something that someone close to me has compared me to. This is a planner. My grandma decided to do this for me, and she said that I was a planner because I like to be organized, I like to be scheduled, I like to make lists. I'm a very detail-oriented person. I like to have all my thoughts written out. I like to know what's coming up and what I have to do. Especially being in school right now, it's very helpful to juggle school and work together. And so this is a planner, and I think that that is a very accurate statement about myself. I also love to host parties and events and birthdays, and so it's very helpful to keep everything in track and know all the things I have to do for those details as well. So that is our fourth object. So now I have shared a little bit about you geography-wise, but also using those objects. I shared with you that I went to Criswell College and that I love the Lord and plan on being a counselor and helping people through that. Also that I live a crazy student lifestyle. I shared that I don't like flying and would much rather have a road trip with the people that I love. I told you that I can cook, but that it is not something that I enjoy, although most people might assume otherwise. And finally, that I am an organizer and I like to plan, and I can be represented by a planner. And so I hope that I have shared a little bit about me and that you've gotten to know me better, and I thank you so much for listening.